Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. So we're here again at another location, a different location, and we're on scene, on site again, you could say, trying out another product. So changing things up, still kind of in public, but less crowded area, you can say. So not as bad, if you even want to call it bad or anything like that. But I think we got the right angle. I think I'm good, but just filming anyways. Today we're trying out Chipotle. Got the bag right here, front and center. Hopefully you can see it. So we got the bag right here, Chipotle Mexican Grill. There's one in this locale, you can say. And I really wanted to try it. I really wanted to just see what it was, see how it is, and see what I think of it. I've never had Chipotle before. Everyone just raves about it. They act like it's the greatest thing they've ever seen. I mean, it's an interesting history behind Chipotle, really. Chipotle serves, Mexican Americanized food. It was actually founded in 2013 by two brothers in Seattle, Washington, and it just spread like wildfire. And literally, after the first restaurant was released in Seattle, then one spread over to Portland, then one in Denver. I think then there was one in Dallas. They just spread across the country exponentially, and so fast. It just caught on so quickly. So pretty new, false information, by the way, and just interesting. Bag again. This is what we got. What is in the tinfoil wrapping exactly? Well, I didn't really know what to get from them because it offers a lot of creative control on their menu. There's really nothing that you can say, yeah, I want a number one, please, kind of like Taco Bell, where they have certain things on the menu and they just give them to you. It's not like that over here. They give you the ingredients, they give you a lot of creative control, and you could think of it as like Subway, except for Mexican food, I presume. So I didn't know what to get, ladies and gentlemen. I thought the night before, for many hours, believe it or not. I just thought and I thought for probably like 3 hours or so, took notes and everything. And I said, what am I going to get from Chipotle? I thought, well, let's try out their tacos. Oh, come on, Jesus Christ, reviewer bro. You went out in public like this and you're trying their freaking tacos? You're not trying like a burrito bowl or something? I'm just doing me, my friends. What exactly are these exactly? What is this thing? It's a taco. Has their soft tortilla. Has their steak, or I call it beef. It's not really steak, it's probably just beef. It's a standard taco. Has their lettuce, peppers. And I also got the medium salsa, they call it. So we're just trying out. I really want to try out what their steak tastes like, to be honest. So we're just going to try out this taco from Chipotle, and I'll let you know how it tastes, ladies and gentlemen. So steak taco from Chipotle going in. I kind of had to preemptively set up the camera here. Couldn't really do a test shot, so I apologize if I'm going in and out of the frame or my head's cut off or something. There's just some guy behind me having a really swear-filled conversation on his phone, Just going on. He was, saying, F this, F that, M and F, or, So I just said, forget it, let's just film. I don't know how long we'll be there for. want to kind of try the steak selectively. And since we don't have any napkins, I'm just going to use the bag. Well, this steak taco from Chipotle, as I said, I really wanted to just focus on how it tastes, the quality of the ingredients. I mean, people, they just go on about this. They're saying, you know, you gotta go to Chipotle, you gotta try this, you gotta, you know, Chipotle, Chipotle, Chipotle. Well, comparing this to Taco Bell, really, this just blows Taco Bell out of the water. They're not even on the same level. It's like comparing McDonald's to Five Guys. You just can't, for the most part. They gave me 3 tacos. We'll get to price later. But here's what it tastes like, really. The steak itself, don't expect like the finest filet mignon cut, because it's not. Don't expect, you know, cheap mystery meat from Taco Bell either. It's kind of an in-between of the two. The meat itself is very salty, a little on the chewier side, but thanks to all the other ingredients, it doesn't really, you know, cause any issues, the chewiness thereof. So it doesn't really cause any issues at all. And, you know, being able to just munch on it, and the saltiness, and, you know, they kind of cancel each other out. The chewiness of the steak, and then the soft tortilla and all the other ingredients kind of blends into just one thing to kind of cancel itself out. It works. I got the medium salsa. It kind of turned into like a liquid almost. I can't actually see any of the physical salsa on the tacos anymore, though they did put it on. I can't see anything physically there anymore. But I could taste it, and it definitely tasted like a spicy, almost like a hot sauce, if you will. The medium definitely does have a spiciness. It's not requiring water or anything, but, you know, it kind of just turned into a liquid, and it did add some spiciness to the taco itself. Lettuce is lettuce. Lettuce is lettuce. I can't really talk about it too much. Lettuce is just in little strips, and it's doing its thing, you know. And I also got the fajita peppers on the taco as well. And, I mean, they were alright. You could definitely tell they were fresh. Very rich in flavor, but one thing that I should say is that they're rather skimpy on them. But the real moneymaker, if you will, the beef or the steak, I like to call it steak because it sounds nicer than beef. The steak, you know, on the taco is, again, saltier and a little on the chewy side, but everything kind of cancels out. Overall, though, it's a pleasant experience. Can't really say any negative things about this. You know, if it was just a steak alone, maybe I would, but with everything coming together and blending together, it does add for a pleasurable experience. This is definitely one of the better tacos I have had, and the very first time I ever consumed anything from Chipotle. The tacos arrive in a pack of 3. They're in a small little pack, if you will, a little grouping. And, I mean, not the cheapest thing in the world. That's the one thing I can say, is that for what you're getting, they were a little skimpy on some of the ingredients, and the inclusion thereof. So they were a little skimpy on them, but, you know, otherwise that's that. So, I mean, for the price, it's a little, just a little expensive, you know. So, I mean, you know, other than that, you know, for you know, a taco, you know, $8. I mean, not the cheapest taco in the world, but, I mean, at least you're getting quality ingredients and everything, so can't really, it has its negatives and its positives. It tastes good, a little expensive, so it's not something you could really have every day unless you're a 10K per day CEO. But it's a good treat every now and then, I feel. So, aside from the price, I think it's actually a good taco, very fun to eat. It really is. It's fun to, not to eat, but to make, to be able to actually have that creative control. It's a little confusing at first, but then you get to see, wow, you know, I can make whatever I want, pretty much. I can get this and this and this on the taco. So I like that about them. I do. I like how they just allow that control. And with that being said, you know, the ingredients, too, are for the most part quality. Again, a little skimpy on them, a little pricey, but other than that, it is just a good taco. Tastes good. and good quality overall. So a good meal, you know. So out of 10, what are we gonna rate this? I mean, again, it was almost $9 for all these for 3 tacos. Not the cheapest again, but out of 10, what are we gonna rate this? I'm gonna give Chipotle an 8.5 out of 10. Simply because, again, they were a little skimpy on the ingredients. Could have put more on, a little pricey, but you know, otherwise definitely above average, and really didn't disappoint flavor-wise. So that's all we got. This is the Report of the Week. I'm your host. This is Running on Empty Food Review, and today we reviewed Chipotle Mexican Grill with their steak tacos. I'm so used to saying beef. Gotta say steak. 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 Steak tacos, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. That is all. Good day.